All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I've spoken about the Blade reboot from Marvel for some time, and I've said over the years, because it is years now, how easy it would be. There's actually quite a lot of documented comments from me going, just do the raid, but with Blade, right? I've said those exact words. Turns out that was actually in the works. Turns out that was in the works. So parallel thought exists, right? Beau DeMayo, the disgraced Marvel employee, has come out and revealed details of his The Raid inspired Blade script reboot. So long-time watchers of the channel will be like, holy shit, that's hilarious. I read this headline, I was like, that's hilarious, because it really is. I have said this time and time again. I've said doing a Blade reboot is so incredibly easy. Just do, verbatim I've said this, The Raid but with Blade. I've said that time and time and time again. Because it's so easy to do. And I even said exactly what he said about how cheap it would be. It really would not be expensive at all. It would be dirt cheap and it would make so much money. So this article and these comments have been a hilarious revelation to me on this lovely-ish Saturday. So I thought we'd take a look. Hit subscribe if you are new here. And if you're not, if you've been around for a while, comment down below how many times you've heard me say this, because it's been a bloody lot. But anyway, let's take a look, shall we? So Beau DeMayo, obviously he's likely to be best known for working on X-Men 97, and of course being fired from X-Men 97, all the drama surrounding that. But he also did a pass on the script for Blade, right? He was working on Blade movie. So Beau DeMayo has now taken to social media to share some of his concepts for the Daywalker's MCU debut, or what would have been his debut before Wesley Snipes appeared in Deadpool and Wolverine. And like a lot of fans, he wonders why it's been so difficult for the studio to come up with a compelling premise. Because they're clearly trying to shoehorn in a whole bunch of nonsense. It's always the case. It is the case. There is no way in hell when a very simplistic concept takes as long as this to get off the ground that it's for any other reason than the studio needs to shoehorn in modern day nonsense. And we actually know this about Blade because after Beau DeMayo was removed from this, there was all the other nonsense where Blade was going to be fourth lead in his own movie. It was going to be about women's problems. It was a period piece. Joke is intended there, but it is true. It was going to be set in time. I mean, that's evidence alone that it had taken so long because they were really desperately trying to shoehorn in dog shit. So, anyway, he said this. Take a John Wick movie, give the mobsters fangs, swap Keanu for Ali. That's Mahershala Ali, the guy who's cast as the new Blade. Hand him a sword, not a daughter, who makes him fret over swinging the hero's name. Wick cost 20 million to make. Add 10 million for vampire/Darkhold magic VFX. You have a $30 to $40 million Marvel movie. I've been saying this for ages. This is exactly, it's almost word for word what I've been saying, which is hilarious. So Beau DeMayo, mate, if you're watching this, have you been stealing my ideas? Obviously he hasn't, but it is quite comical that I've been saying this exact same bloody stuff. And he said further, I don't get why it's been so hard. The studio is broken. I wrote 3 drafts and a dozen outlines in 3 impossible months. My fave was a The Raid, I've been saying that, style treatment. And I said this exact same thing. I literally said this exact same thing, but kind of in reverse. So he says this. His favourite was a raid-style treatment where Blade finds himself defending a run-down tenement of humans from Varney's vamp hordes until daylight. Took place over one night. Blade learns from Tenant Jericho Drum that Varney's attacking because the female tenant who Blade sort of fancies has been magically impregnated with Lilith by tenants who are secretly Darkhold cultists. Think 30 Days of Nights meets Rosemary's Baby. Now I said the reverse of that, but it's basically the same thing. I said there's a high-rise building full of vampires, and at the very top is Lilith, for instance, right? And Blade goes in there to start, taking him down, basically. I mean, it was essentially the same thing, just in reverse. Now, this one that he pitched was one where he's defending the sort of high-rise. But isn't that hilarious? Oh, so funny. So bloody funny. I couldn't believe it. So we'll just click on this as well and just have a look-see at it. It's so funny. So funny. We'll just move this down a little bit. So I don't get why it's been so hard. Studio's broken. I wrote 3 drafts. So yeah, take a John Wick, give mobsters fangs, Darkhold magic, blah blah blah. I don't get why it's been so hard. Studio's broken, and again speaks about that. It says further, took place over one night. Blade learns from Tenant, blah blah blah. Rosemary baby. In the end, Blade's forced to decide what to do with her and the baby in the final act to keep the mother of evil out of Varney's hands, as the first vampire arrives to kidnap her. Drum cracks out an old voodoo occult objects to help Blade in the end defeat Varney. Whoops, post got cut off. Blade learns from Drum that the love interest's been impregnated by tenants who are secretly Darkhold cultists. I mean, it's the same thing I've been saying for ages. It's like they forget how to do it or something. Like, hello, you've already made 3 of these. Yeah, but keep in mind, they couldn't tell the difference between me and Wesley Snipes as a black man. So, I mean, that is quite comical, to be fair. I know some people will be like, oh, that's racist. I mean, it's just funny. Like, I think they probably could tell the difference. He's just up in his feels that people had said it. But anyway, never mind. Yeah. And then someone goes, you know it's not broken. You're rightfully hurt, but come on now. No, I think it is broken. I mean, it has been broken for ages. And someone says about Dread. I was thinking the same thing after reminiscing on Dread. I've been saying this for bloody ages. I was like, do the raid, but with Blade. Those exact bloody words. So there you go. Idiots. Absolute idiots. I don't understand. And that's because he was replying to this. Apparently, Marvel is reportedly considering cancelling 2 major projects. One of them is Blade, basically. So, yeah. It says here, easily the biggest surprise. Yeah, and it says, at this point, it seems more likely that Blade, whose voice was heard in the post-credit scene to Eternals, may appear in the rumoured Midnight Suns film before a solo Blade project gets off the ground. So apparently they're considering cancelling it. But there you go. It's already been pitched. The raid, but with Blade, has already been pitched. Why aren't you doing it? It's really easy to do. People would really enjoy it. It'd be R-rated. It'd be bloody, gory. That's a really good idea. Marvel, you're stupid. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.